For my controversial topic this week, I picked something that turned out to not really be a controversy. Maybe it caused controversy, but it shouldn't have been a controversy in the first place. And that's what I get for listening to experts on social media. And I should know better. This time, I kind of thought that since the left and the right were saying pretty much the same thing, I thought, well, maybe they can't both be wrong. And they pretty much were. So, as you may be aware, several Dr. Seuss books were quote unquote banned earlier this month. What I had originally heard was that Amazon was refusing to continue to sell certain books. And that really frustrated me because you can go onto Amazon and you can buy Hitler's book, Mein Kampf. You can buy that in whatever language you want. You can buy it in large type print. You know what I mean? You've got options. And yet Dr. Seuss they weren't going to sell. It just seemed ridiculous to me. So what I've found out is that it's not Amazon. It's the actual publishers, the owners of Dr. Seuss's intellectual properties. They have decided that there are 6 books that they will no longer print. Their real reason, which I'm grateful for having this assignment because I was able to dig down and find the real reason. There's an actual, factual, logical reason. The real reason is that there are 6 books from Dr. Seuss that don't sell very well. 2 of the books last year sold 5,000 copies apiece, which is nothing for a Dr. Seuss book. They are closer to the 500,000 range for some of the more popular books. So 5,000 is nothing. It's not worth printing the book if it's only going to sell 5,000 copies to them. Some of the other books on the list didn't sell at all last year. Not a single one on Amazon, at least. So that makes a lot of sense. Why they would want to basically stop wasting their time with 6 products that almost no one is buying. I can understand that. That's not a controversy. That kind of thing happens with companies and corporations every single day. But I believe, and this is just Jeff Allen's opinion, I believe that those publishers intentionally misrepresented their reasons. Because if you look, most news sources don't mention how well the book sold. They only talk about what in some cases is kind of overt references to racism, and in other cases are just things that could be perceived as racism. That's what the publishers talk the most about. And that's what most of the media, the news sources, are talking about. They're saying there was racism in these books, and so now they're gone. Those books had been fixed over time. Like Mulberry Street had been reworded to not be offensive, or in an attempt to not be offensive. If the books were selling well, the publishers would have kept rewording them and would have found a way to alter them to convey the same meaning but not be offensive to anyone. I think they focused on the racism part of it because they knew that that's a cultural buzzword or otherwise important topic right now. And it worked. It worked because every single Dr. Seuss book on Amazon has been sold. Many people purchased them, bought as many copies as they could, and then turned around and relisted them. So you can still buy those 6 books. They're still available. Amazon has not refused to sell them, but you're buying them from an individual who's listed them on Amazon for about $200 a pop. So I, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Maybe, somebody's benefiting because they took advantage of the opportunity, and kudos to them, I guess. But it's just a weird situation. So obviously, nothing was banned. It was a sound business decision. I don't know. But there are people both on the left and the right side of the aisle who are saying the same thing. There are people on the right who are saying, we shouldn't ban books and we should support the First Amendment. And I agree with that. Right? I don't think we should ban books and destroy things that are now against our cultural values. I think we should just be aware it's against our cultural values and learn from it and keep it as a measurement of how we were at one point, so we can understand how much better we've become at the point we're at now. Then on the left side of the aisle, there are people that were saying, yes, but this isn't enough. We need to get rid of every Dr. Seuss book. So it's just, I don't know. There's a lot of misinformation, and it has affected everyone. But I'm glad that I was able to research it and find out more about what was going on. So I think this was a great assignment, and it was frustrating, but I enjoyed what I learned from it. So thanks. See you guys.